What is going on, church family? I am here in the LZ family office. It's very exciting. If you don't know, the Ridgecrest staff is working remotely for the foreseeable future, basically. Which makes it a little awkward going into Easter, but Easter is going to be live streamed. It's going to be an amazing time that you can spend with your family, with the people around you, as long as it's under, 6 people now? Which makes it very strange if you have more than 6 people in your immediate family. Anyway, what we've been doing this week is we actually the Ridgecrest staff put out a Easter Unpacked devotional, and it's every single day there's an activity and a short, quick devotional and a time of prayer that you can have either by yourself or with your family. And so what I wanted to do this week is walk through day 3, since it's Wednesday, and really just kind of unpack what this looks like. Get it? Easter Unpacked. But just kind of quickly go over it, kind of lead you through this devotional, what I get out of it, and then just kind of give you an encouragement for Easter. So today is John chapter 10, verses 1 through 10, and it's talking about how Jesus is the door. We're going through the I am statements of Jesus. And in John 10, he talks about how he is the door. And so starting in verse 1, it says, "Truly, truly, I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs in by another way, that man is a thief and a robber. But he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the gatekeeper opens. The sheep will hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all his own, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. A stranger will not follow, but they will flee from him, for they do not know the voice of strangers." This figure of speech Jesus used with them, but they did not understand what he was saying to them. So Jesus again said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." And so if you're reading this or you're listening to this and you're like, okay, Jesus is a door, it's very strange. We've talked about how Jesus is the light to the world. We've talked about how he is the bread of life. Jesus likes to use these objects, these themes, and to talk about the characteristics of who he is and what he had come to do while he was on earth. And so what do you think about when you think about a door? The things I thought about are a door lets people in. It is an entryway that people can go into, but it also keeps others out. It's a point of defense. It's a point of certain people can come in, certain people cannot come in. And what that does is it also separates us. It's a degree of separation between those who are inside the doorway and those who are outside the doorway. And so what Jesus is saying is that he is the one from whom or through whom everyone goes to the Father. The ones that are looking for truth, the ones who are looking for purpose, the ones who are looking for salvation. Jesus is the channel with which we go to that salvation, to that truth, and to that purpose. And so part of the activities for today are really cool. One's kind of a fun one for families where if you have little small children, you can play like the password game where you have to have the certain password to get in. And luckily for us, we have that password. The password is the gospel. And if we respond to it, if we believe in it, if we put our trust in it, not only are our lives changed, but we are allowed to enter into the kingdom of God, into the presence of God, and we have that new life, and we have it abundantly. And so one thing I really want you to remember is that he was very particular about saying how it was him and the enemy, and how he came to give life abundantly, but the enemy comes to only to kill, steal, and destroy. And he was very adamant that we understand and that we think about this enemy and have a knowledge and an awareness of it. And I feel like a lot of times we tend to forget that he's there. We tend to forget that we are in a spiritual battle, especially now when we're in a time where the world is freaking out and the world is struggling, and we can almost see into the spiritual realm of that there is a battle going on every single day. And so just some quick things to think about, some quick things to remember. A characteristic of God that we get to think about today is that Jesus is the way in which we get to God. He is the way in which we get to eternal salvation. He is the way we get to really where we're all wanting to go, and that is freedom, that is life and life abundantly, and that is a purpose in which we can all give our lives to. And so for Ridgecrest students, a quick couple of announcements, things I can think of. Megan is going to be starting the high school girls Bible study really soon. We're working on that right now. We are also having a family game night that is going to be streamed through the Ridgecrest YouTube channel Friday night. We're still getting that nailed down, but me and Steven Collier are trying to figure out some things with Jackbox and some different streaming things that we can do. So be on the lookout tomorrow. I'll be sending out some specific information of where to go, what time it'll be, how we'll stream it. What you'll need is you'll just need phone and access to jackbox.com. We'll connect you all together, and we'll all be able to play and stream games together through this wonderful world of technology. It's going to be incredible, but that's going to be Friday night. Invite anybody. Invite your family. Students, obviously you are the core of why we are doing this, so please show up, please hang out. It's hopefully going to be a fun time. We're trying to figure some different things out, and if this completely falls flat, you can just be like, Logan, this was kind of lame, and I'll say, okay, next time we'll figure something else out. But this has been Virtual Wednesday Night. I say we, it's just me in this room. It's completely empty. I'm glad you're tuning in. I'm glad you're still here. Hopefully you listen all the way through the announcements. If so, girls, Megan and Miss Jen will see you coming up very soon. Everybody in general, I will see you Friday night. And don't forget, all of our life groups will be meeting this Sunday. So tune in for that. If you don't know the meeting ID or really who to contact or where to go, text your life group leader. They will let you know how to get where you need to go. It's going to be a really good week. It's Easter week. It's Passion Week. We can't wait to see what God does this weekend. So we'll see you soon. Don't forget to have fun, make good choices, don't do drugs.